Good morning, and welcome to cloudy Winnipeg. I'm going to run the sunrise at the same time as I'm talking here. It lasts about a minute. And yeah, it started out really nice, and it looked like we were going to have a nice day, and then, well, you know the old saying, red skies in the morning, sailors take warning. Well, we're just a bunch of sailors here. At least I'm a sailor muddling through this. And boy, do I ever mean muddling. I think I said something to that effect in one of the comments this morning, that I'm doing a lot of screw-ups, and I'm hoping that the Iowa goes better. Anyway, so we have a pretty long rollback here. And in the rollback, you're going to find out what this is all about. And we found the guns. Well, I should say, I guess, Mr. Tom found the guns. Okay, well, oh, and in the rollback, you'll find out what this is all about. Yeah, oh, and a mustard container. Why do we have a mustard container on the table? Well, you'll find out in the rollback. Don't know what to tell you. I'm feeling kind of embarrassed about these little guns. And yet, on the other hand, well, maybe we'll talk about it after the rollback. And in the meantime, I think we should. Oh, and about Pizza Day. Peter from Oscale Modeling is vacationing in Cambodia. And this morning I opened up my Facebook to, see if anybody sent me anything. And sure enough, Peter's got a picture in there. He's at a pizza place in Cambodia. Now, this happened a few hours ago because they're a little bit ahead of us over there, time-wise, like half a day, actually. Same thing with our Australian friends. You're half a day ahead of us. Now, I think I've said this before. We should be ahead of you. Okay. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting that he posted a picture of being in a pizza place on my pizza day. Okay, let's roll back and see how it is we got to all of this place. Okay, we need parts number D12, 13, and 14, and we're going to make up something that looks like, I'm going to nickname it the gazebo. It kind of looks like something I might like to have in the backyard if it was all screened in. All right, here we go. It's 12. $13 and 14. And parts B13 and A7 here, we've got those. And this one here, I don't think it gets bent round. I think it gets bent gets bent into a shape that's sort of 10-sided. Looks like there's 10 segments there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so what would you call a 10-sided octagon? A centagon? Probably a word for it. It's not an octagon anyway. Okay, what I've done here is I've taken a piece of very soft foam and I've cut a strip, and I've used double-sided tape to glue it down onto this piece of wood here. And my thinking is that this piece that we have to bend into a 10-sided object, it's going to want to bend really easy where it's supposed to. And it's going to be hard to bend where it's not supposed to, and I'm thinking that possibly we can roll it. If I can get it upside down on there, that is. Okay, now if I can roll it until this end comes around and meets onto this end. I've already bent this one a little bit. I'm thinking that the flat segments will probably not bend because this is so soft. Now I could be wrong. This might not work, but let's just give it a try here. I'm not pushing down very hard at all. I'm just sort of eyeballing how this should go here. Okay, now let's do it one more time, just a little bit lighter. It's getting closer and closer together. Okay, we almost got it. Now this time we'll go backwards. Oh, I went too hard. Well, maybe I can pull it apart here. Okay, now we've still got this, where's my tweezers? I guess I don't need this anymore. Now we have to fit it around on this thing right here. I should maybe have the macro lens on, right? Alright, that's basically it. That's basically it. Okay, so this goes on here like this. And then this is the roof of this thing. It goes on the top, and you can see it's also 10-sided. So it has to be, fit into place here. I probably am not going to be able to do this on camera. I'm going to have to take this off camera and try and get it, and then probably use a little bit of CA. At least that's the plan. We'll see what happens. Now, I can hold this perfectly with my fingers. Problem is, I'm afraid that if I apply the CA glue and it gets out of hand, it could possibly glue my fingers to the plastic. Now, I don't know if I can pull this out. I don't want to crush it. At least with my fingers, I could feel. Okay. Sorry to be getting in the way there. Maybe just tighten it up just a little bit more. Oh. I want this to stay together. See, this is soft rubber on both sides here. Okay. Oh, you know what? I heard my door rattle. It's Gabe's package arrived. All right, now we'll check that out later. I should really have the macro lens on. I'm going to put the macro lens on, and then we'll just put a little bit of CA extra thin right here and CA extra thin right here and let it wick its way in. I know we got this little crack going. I don't know if I can do anything about that or not. I was right. It was Gabe's package. We'll check it out in a few minutes. I want to get the CA glue on this part first. Okay, now we'll put the macro lens on. By the way, I gave myself a haircut this afternoon. How's it look? And you know what Thumper said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say nothing at all. I've put a very small piece of waxed paper underneath this clamp here, just in case it does run down. Now, I'd like to try and get this closer together if possible. It might not. I'm afraid to put any more pressure on. Oh, I'm trying to put pressure on. It actually released. Well, let's. There. Got it. Okay, so what I've got here is the Bob Smith Industries quick setting CA glue. I just want to put a little bit on there and let it wick its way around. Okay. Now I'm going to try not to bathe it. Now this is the Insta set. I don't know if we need it or not. Now this stuff really wicks. I don't know if any much came on there, but I got a feeling that what we put on here probably quickly wicked its way up here and started this setting. I'm pretty sure that that's going to stay together now. I'm going to turn it over and drop some in on the other side, just in case the CA did not go all the way around the edges. But it probably went fairly far, because it's the stuff really wicks like crazy. Okay, let's release the pressure now and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to reposition here and reinforce this. Okay, once again with our waxed paper. I can see where something here, I don't know if you can see that, but there's something did drip down. So the tweezer is holding on where the seam is, or where the joint is. In other words, I've turned this around 180 degrees. So we'll just try and put just a small amount on this side now. Okay, now hopefully that will wick its way in. I should open my package. Get rid of the excess here, and once it's painted, we'll never know. And turn it around, get a fresh one. Okay, I think once that cures, it's going to be fairly strong. Okay, here is what is supposed to happen. This is supposed to go on top of this. But all the way around this platform, there's supposed to be this railing. Now, I'm wondering if I was to roll it on this green cloth, would that be soft enough, or should I maybe be using this thing here? Let's just try the green cloth first. Oh, that's actually too sharp. That is too sharp. Let's straighten this out a bit. I was pushing down too hard. Push down just a little bit more gently, or I can always make a second pass at it. Getting pretty close. Maybe I should move this. Oh, pushed too hard again. That's pretty much got it, isn't it? It could probably come just a little bit more together here. Maybe if I was to go right here where the, like that. Okay, now that's not a perfect circle by any means. Yeah, it's is this railing supposed to go along the outside of this platform, maybe? Because the way it rolls together, it's a little bit larger in diameter, at least it seems to me. I'm going to push stop here and think about this. Okay, I'm going to attempt something here that I have never done before. But it might and it might not work. Now, I'm probably going to have to straighten this out. That's somewhat straighter. And maybe my tape is not long enough. Caught on the tweezers. Probably going to end up bending this thing so badly that it's going to be ruined, and there'll be no way that I can salvage it. Okay, now what I was thinking is, would it be possible to take this piece now and have it so that the railing was just in the right spot, and then roll this tape up around the outside. Now, like I say, I've never done this before. This might not work. Okay, I might have to do the rest of this off camera, and it does not seem to be wanting to work. I guess what's happening is that the area that the tape is sticking to the plastic is so small that it just wants to let go all the time. I'm going to do this off camera and see if I can't get it, and if I do, then I'll show it to you. Okay, what I had been trying to do, and I more or less had it, at least maybe 80% of it, was to put the railing around on the inside of the masking tape. There's maybe a 0.5 millimeter exposed there, and stick the bottom rail along the inside. But I was finding that it's almost as though the railing is too long, and I'm wondering now at this point if it's a case of it's not supposed to go on the top ledge, if you want to call it a ledge, like there's a little ledge here, right? And I thought, well, maybe it was supposed to go along this top ledge, but I'm thinking now that possibly it's supposed to somehow go around on the outside. So I'm wondering, is there a way that I can maybe get it on there and then slowly work it all the way around? Have it, in other words, have it adjusted too small like it is right now, and then sort of have it spring loaded onto it. I'm going to have to do this off camera, and once again I'll show you afterwards. Okay, here's my dilemma. Seems to me I've been saying that a lot lately. Okay, I'll just go all the way around, and then we'll come back to this opening, because you can only see what I want to describe in the opening here. We almost need the super macro to be able to see it. But there is a very slight little ledge where the bottom rail is supposed to go. Okay, it doesn't sit on the outside, and it doesn't sit on the top. It sits halfway in between, in a little groove that you can just barely see there. If I get it just right to the light, then you can sort of see it. Anyway, I think that this one is beyond my expertise. I think what I'm going to have to do is just do the best I can, and once again bask in the knowledge that at arm's length it's probably going to look okay. But there is just no way that I can get that bottom rail into that groove all the way around. Yeah. Okay, there's supposed to be 4 separate sizes here of swabs. For me, I don't think it matters which one I grab. I'm just going to put them all together in a container of some kind. And there's a few left of the ones that Gabe sent us. So we've got a total of just over 400 now altogether. I think we should be good to well into the USS Iowa build, and maybe if we're lucky, the Yamato. We'll see what happens. I'm still thinking about that. Anyway, yeah. Okay, there's just over 200 in here altogether. No use trying to squeeze any more in, but I've got an idea. Now that's kind of handy. I'm wondering if I was to drill a hole in here about 1/4 inch, maybe a little bigger. Then if I was to go like this, maybe just 1 or 2 would come out. It might be I don't know, act like a swab dispenser. I'm going to take this down to the workshop and use my brad point drill, because it'll drill nicely into this plastic, make a nice round hole. I think if I was to use an ordinary twist drill, it wouldn't work too good. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, this is just an ordinary bit. But a brad point bit, I thought it's possible that because it's they're rather expensive, and a lot of people don't have them. Somebody might not know what I was talking about. So I brought the brad point from that I just used down in the basement. I guess I could have used my drill up here too, my drill press. But anyway, what happens is let me get this off here. Don't want to cut myself because they are extremely sharp. Okay. You will notice on the edges here, instead of being shaped like a V, like this, it's got these little sharp wings that actually cut into the edge, and they'll cut the circle out as you saw here. You know what? I got a feeling that I'm probably trying to teach my grandmother how to suck eggs, or however that saying goes. I'm sure that probably most people know exactly what I'm talking about here, and I'm just assuming that I'm the only one that knows. All right, now let's try this out and see if it actually works. Here we go. First try. No. Well, kind of. Yeah, it kind of works. I just have to remember I guess I have to go at it rather sharply, or it could be that there's too many in there. Well, that's gonna, I think that's going to be all right. Oh yeah, that's going to be all right. Okay. Now, when I was editing out those last few scenes there, I heard myself say I don't think I can do it, but then I thought, you know what, maybe I could if I was to. You can see the little groove there. The bottom rail is in that groove now. Well, that groove, as you know, goes all the way around. Now, what if I was to see just that, you know, that corner post in, so to speak, and then I would turn this thing and sort of wind it up on there, and then, you know, go about a centimeter, and then adhere it and turn it some more, and the idea would be it would wind itself around on here. Now, on the other hand, it could be that it'll just break off. Normally I say I'll put on the macro lens and we'll zoom right in, but this time I'm gonna say we'll take the macro lens off, and I'll just show you how I'm set up here. Okay, it's getting kind of late and I'm getting kind of tired here, so I'm not going to do this now. But the idea is I would get the end glued on there like you're seeing, and then I could turn it like this. And I'm going to try that, but it's going to be tomorrow morning. Put this in a safe place. Yeah. We'll see you in the morning. Well, it is morning. And we have all the pieces necessary to make up 2 more of these 50 caliber quad guns. Now remember, don't go nipping off the peg that's on the bottom of this. Okay, and there's enough magazines here. There's a magazine here and a magazine here, so there's 2 there. Now there's two of these sprues, so all the parts are doubled. And as far as the shield goes, the photo etch shield, well, there's 2 of them as well. Maybe we'll zoom in later, but that might not be in today's episode. We'll see how things are going to go here. Yeah, I gotta get my salad ready for pizza day. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. It's going to be sort of like 2 weeks ago, I'm afraid. But we'll talk about it then. Anyway, let's slip on the macro lens here just for the fun of it, and we'll get these tiny little parts here. Now, each one of these guns takes 4 of these, and they plug into those holes. There's 2 holes on each side of the gun. Okay, I'm going to nip well back here because I'll clean these up later. It'll be easier to hold on to. They're so small. Okay. Yeah, we'll get this stuff all cleaned up, and now on the other sprue, there's the same number of parts again. So, as I mentioned, there is enough here for 2 guns. Now I see where I've scratched this one, but I think that once that's painted, we're not going to see that scratch. Oh. Forgot something. Doing a lot of that lately. In my exuberance to get these things picked up. Well, we already did the clunk once in this episode. I don't think we need to do it again. Okay, what do we got going here on Pizza Day? Well, yeah, we're back to salad. Things have not been going well on my diet, but you don't need to hear that. My water retention problem is retending, and you don't need to hear that. So what do we got here? Well, we got celery, we got romaine salad, we've got apple, cucumber, and for salad dressing, I've got vinegar and orange juice, apple cider vinegar. And for croutons, we've got Kellogg's All-Bran buds. Okay, now normally I take a bite of pizza and go, mmm. The problem is, I'd be sort of faking it with this, you know. Yeah, I kind of like it, but it's just not quite the same. Yep, it's all right. Not bad. Okay, let's get this down and then carry on here today. Okay, so now how exactly am I going to go about this? I gotta hold it on the side of the flange there and get it in the groove, get it CA'd on in place enough so that when I turn it and twist it around, I think that maybe what I'll do is I'll have it bent a little bit rounder than it is, and that way when you know what? I'm going to have to do this in tomorrow's episode, and if I remember, I will try to video everything, at least most everything of how it goes and whether it works or it doesn't work. But you know what, folks? That's going to have to be tomorrow because this episode is pretty long already. I don't know exactly how long, but I think it's probably at this moment it's running well over half an hour. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, We will see you tomorrow.